applications, memberships, industry institute interactions, etc. Now, coming to the session, before inviting our speaker of the session, Mr. Darshan Shah, to take the spotlight, I would like to give an introduction about him and his expertise. Mr. Darshan Shah holds a Master of Business Administration degree from the University of Texas, Algreton. He is one of the founder members and president of the Indian Cultural Council at UT Arlington chapter. Mr. Darshan Shah worked with Ericsson Inc. as a RF business operation analyst for more than 3 years. He was awarded by the Ericsson Group as an outstanding employee of the year in the RF group. In 2016, he established T Vivid Consultant and he is the currently of the director of T Vivid Consultant. T Vivid Consultant has sent more than 1,500 plus students to USA, Canada, UK for further education. He is also a PMP certified and Lean Six Sigma certified career counselor and have to fair train more than 6,000 plus students on LinkedIn. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Darshan Shah to take the session. Over to you, sir. You can start the session now.
Hello, good morning. This is Darshan Shah from DBB Consultancy. Thanks for fantastic introduction. Thank you so much, Institute of Engineering Research and Publication, for organizing this webinar regarding the challenges and opportunity in abroad educations. Thank you so much to team. Also, thank you so much to all the attendees who are attending this session. This session will be like 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes session where I will go through the challenges and opportunity in abroad education. Excuse me. A little bit about myself. I think ma'am host already, she's already explained about myself, about my achievements and my profile. I would like to add more in that. Like I did MBA from University of Texas Arlington, and I myself been to USA as an international student. That's the reason this topic is very close to me. Okay. Before we are starting, am I audible, everyone?
Yeah, yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, and you guys can able to see my screen as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. So your screen is visible.
Okay, presentation is visible, right? Okay. So how many students are here who are planning for abroad educations or who are looking for informations for abroad educations? I just want to understand like how many students are here. Okay. So as topic already mentioned about the opportunities, challenges and opportunity in abroad educations, I would like to talk a little bit more about that today. Okay, because in our life we always say that the challenge is an opportunity, but I always think that is a opportunity and challenges in abroad education, because opportunity is very rare and challenges is always there, because as a in life challenges will be there. So if you are planning for abroad educations, there will be a challenges, right? Because you are going away from your family, you are going away from your friends, you are going into the new culture, right? So there is always a challenges, but as a abroad as a person or as a student, we need to think about what are the opportunities we are getting, right? Means what are the things we will gain while studying abroad. Okay, so this is something like it's real challenging, it's really challenging, right? Because I would like to ask few students who are here or the few attendees, like it is really challenging abroad education, or it's just normal things? Because studying abroad is one of the most beneficial decision for the student. It's not only help them find better career opportunities, but also give them a best experience and a new culture. But just only thought of leaving your country and settling down in new place definitely give a goosebump. Okay, because I've been to US as an international student, and my journey was fantastic because I studied, I learned a lot during that time. And what are the learning outcomes I'm going to share with you in few minutes. Okay, So far so good, guys. You guys can able to listen me clearly. You guys able to got the ideas. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Yeah, so if you have any questions, so just do let me know. You can type, then we'll definitely look into it, and you can pass your question over there. Okay. Now, the main, what are the opportunities? So opportunities is always there when you travel, when you go for abroad education. Okay. Now I always think that the going abroad is a great opportunity. Staying in India is also a great opportunity. We are just looking at the abroad right now. So that the means that what are the opportunities? First, I studied in India, and then I been to USA. I did my MBA from University of Texas Arlington. For when I reached to US, and I started going to universities, I learned a lot. That means it was a very different crowd, different learning approach than Indian education system. Okay, so as an international students, or if you're planning for abroad education, so first of all, the opportunities you guys are getting is of first of all, first opportunity is a learning opportunity. That I'm more focused on the educations, and then in the rest of the part, uh, yeah, am I audible? In the rest of the part, I will talk about the some problem the students are facing about like diversity or maybe homesickness. That's the least important in this particular section right now. It's also important, but what I feel is that
Hello, sir. So sorry to interrupt.
yes,
Sir, your voice is kind of very low, sir.
okay. Am I audible?
No, sir. No, sir.
Still?
Yeah, still it's very low. Could you please keep your mic?
Sure. It's fine now.
It's fine now, sir. Yeah, it's
Okay,
clear.
sorry. Yeah, can I continue?
Yes, sir. You can continue.
Okay. Now, the first of all, when you plan for the abroad educations, you always see like what are the opportunities I am getting. What you can say opportunity cost. That means opportunity cost. That means like if I'm studying abroad, if I am spending more than 40 lakh or 50 lakh rupees over there, what I will gain, right? So that's the reason. Like, what are the opportunities? So, what are the opportunities? First thing I can say that when I've been to US, I studied over there. I did my MBA. The uh, the class was full of other countries people, like the people from Africa, the people from Middle East, the people from lot from other countries like Mexico. Then I can see people from China. I can also see the people from Latvia, or also I can see from different countries. Like we are sharing the classroom. So I got to know that the studying in that particular environment will it's very helpful, right? That means if you are planning for the abroad, and if you are looking for studying in abroad, the first opportunity you will get is the amazing crowd, the amazing classroom, because people have a different thought process, right? As an Indian, we have a different thought process, while if you talk with some other country people, they have a different thought process. And also sometimes we got opportunity to work in a project, right? In when you are working in the project, you will get to know your candidate better way. And during my master degree, I got lots of opportunity with interact with the different ethnicity and different kind of people or students from different country. And by interacting with them, I learn I build a very good experience. First is my I got my personal development. Second, I got to understand the culture of different countries. I got to understand the thinking process of different country people. So that means overall, by attending those kind of by studying abroad with the different people, it's definitely helped me a lot right now, because when I am going to other countries, I always make a friend very easily. I never fear about anything that I don't know about the culture, I don't know about the food. Okay. that's the fantastic opportunity for you people if you are planning for abroad education. Second thing I can say is the approach of study. What are the approach of studies while you are studying in abroad? Okay, the approach of studies will always be practical and case-based studies, because during my master's degree we got to know that we have to run a one simulation. Now it was very panicking for me that what is the simulations. I don't know about the simulation. Then after my professor explained me that simulation, that means that is a real world project, or which is like a one kind of dummy project which we have created on portal, and then after you have to analyze supply, demand, and many more things. That means the problem was actually occurred in past, and then we have to find out the solutions. Solution is already there but it's hidden, right? We have to find the solution. It was really fantastic opportunity for us, that I got to learn about the how we can analyze the demand, how we can analyze the supply. So that means if you study abroad, if you especially from computer science, if you are from civil engineering, if you are from different field, you will get the best learning experience. That's I can assure you. Okay, if you go to any university, you will definitely get an amazing experience of learning. Guys, we have spent 20 minutes so far, or 10 I think 20 plus minutes so far. Any doubts, any questions? Any question, guys? Okay, that means first I already explained about the different culture, personality development. Second thing about the how case study learning and the practical learning. Now, if we talk about opportunities while studying abroad, you will get access of high technology laboratory. That means if you are a mechanical engineer, if you are electrical engineer, if you are having a bachelor degree in business, if you are having a law degree in India, or whatever degree you have, and if you're planning for abroad education, the opportunities will be there. High technology laboratory. What do you mean by that? The high technology, because when I studied over there, I got hands-on experience with the different real live tools, right? Like they are using the latest technology tools like Tabula. Then if you talk about the Power BI, these are the new tools where only industries people are using. But when you study overseas, when you when you uh, when you get the projects, or when you go to the laboratory, you will definitely get a hands-on experience on the high technological laboratory. Okay, if you are computer science, if you want a high tech uh, computer, or you need higher processing computer, they have that access. Okay, that means the resources which we are lacking over here, it's easily available over there, because those countries is really far right now, okay, in the terms of technology. Now this is also a fantastic opportunity if we talk about more like global networks, right? Like if you are a business students, and if you have a business in India, and if you like to, if you are doing an MBA over there, like I did my MBA, by interacting with the other people, I definitely got to know about more things about my business. Like we already have a business. I have a family business when I've been to USA, and I want to expand my networks, because we want to do an export and import over there. By attending the MBA session, by studying over there, I got to understand lots of other people, US culture, and maybe I can talk about, means it's not about restricted to US, it's all about Canada, Germany, UK, everywhere. Okay, these are the basic opportunities for the students who are planning to do undergrad or masters in any countries. Okay, it's not restricted to US. I am sharing my view because I studied in USA. Okay, is it clear, guys? Okay, now we can build a global networks. That means I in my classroom, my few friends are from California, and I studied over Texas. Few friends are from Delaware, and also from New York, New Jersey. And during the weekends, or maybe in some summer break week, I used to go over there with their family, and I interact with their family. That means by you can get this kind of opportunity. Okay, so by studying abroad, you will interact with the lots of good people. You also, the main thing, that if you are going abroad in any countries, you have to do everything by yourself, right? That means from me, like in India, everybody is like, if you want, if you Like if I want to I want tea right now, so I will ask my mother like, hey mom, give me a tea, give me a coffee, or please help me to press my clothes, please clean my clothes, or whatever it is, right? But when you're going abroad, what is going to happen, right? When you're going abroad, like UK, Australia, New Zealand, whatever it is, you are your own, right? That means you have to do everything by yourself. That's the first thing you will get to learn. Like when I been to US, first thing I learned about the time management. Now, what do you mean by time management? That means we have a particular time where we have to get up, we have to go to the uh, we have to go for the grocery, we have to manage our classes, we have to manage our food, we have to manage our lunch or dinner. Means, and we are also living with the friends. That means we have to settle down ourselves. Okay, that means I got to learn the time management. Also, I got opportunity to opportunity to manage my stuff by my own, because when I was in India, I was not managing my stuff by my own. But when I travel abroad, I like right now, like I'm managing myself very well in all the manner, because even I don't know how to pack my bags when I was planning for US, right? But after studying over there, working in the US companies, now I build that experience. Okay, that means these are the small thing that you guys are going to encounter when you are planning for abroad education. Means when you go to abroad, not a planning, when you go to abroad. Okay, that means I told you personal development. It's personal development is because when I was in India, I have like each and everyone over here, if you want to do something, you need to take validation from your family or maybe from your professor. That means like you cannot make a decision by your own, right? Because you are not in that age. But when you travel to abroad, you can manage your uh, time, you can manage your decision by your own, right? That means if you want to do something big, or if you want to make, like if you want to do suppose some project in India, you have to take permission from the professor, and then you can do it. But in abroad, if you go to the professor, and if you have the availability resources, then he's never say no. Okay, and he will never say anything. Like if you want to do project, you can go laboratory and start working on the projects. That means you are responsible by your own self. That's the biggest thing I learned from abroad education, because it's built my personality a lot, because right now I am taking a decision independently. uh, okay, that's the topmost thing, because all the students who are going to abroad, they are going to be having the more confidence, because when you make your own decision, and if you got that decision correct, it will boost your confidence, right? So that means that confidence is definitely going to increase your confidence. Is it clear, guys? So far so good. So far so good, guys. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, fine. And like I already explained about my experience about personal development, uh, like become a problem solver, right? Because each and every day when you are traveling to abroad, and if you are studying in any universities, each and every day you are getting a problem, right? You have to manage everything. That means you means by studying over there, I become a problem solver, because I am solving my problem by my own. Okay, so these are the things, these are the opportunities students are getting if they are planning for abroad education. Also, after going like by going abroad, uh, you are familiar with the lots of diversity. Like in India, diversity, that means it's a very narrow term, but when you go abroad, you will get to know more about what is the diversity. Okay, also the topmost thing in abroad, like you will get to interact with the professors who are teaching over there, also who are doing the research work. Okay, that means in abroad, professor need to do research if they want to become professor. Okay, so that means professors, you are get to interact with the professors who are doing a real world project, right? Don't you think it's a great opportunity for students, right? Because when I studied over there, my professor actually doing the research about doing research in Morgan and Stanley about some insurance product, right? And he used to give us a projects regarding that in our classroom. So we got to know a latest technology. We got to learn new stuff which is going in the which is going in the world after a couple of years. That means you will have a hands-on experience on the real world project. Okay, this is the amazing opportunity if you go anywhere, right? If you talk about US, if you talk about Canada, if you talk about UK, Australia, New Zealand, where Germany, wherever you go, you will definitely get a world class professors who are doing a research as well as this as well as the teaching. Okay, that means you will learn the latest technological knowledge, right? Now I would like to add more things, but opportunities, it depends upon the candidate. Like if some students are having opportunities to settle down in abroad, so that means they have some countries are giving that opportunity. That means in the Canada right now, it's a huge opportunity for permanent residency. So some students having a opportunity to settle down in new country, settle down in new world. Okay, so that means that uh, countries, if you have personal intention to settle down in other countries, it's accessible right now, right? Because US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, everyone is giving permanent residency to the students. So that's also one of the good opportunity, but it depends upon the students. Some students have learning opportunities, some students are planning for settle down. It's up to the students how they would like to pursue. Okay, so these are all according to my experience, according to my journey in USA. I can say that it studying abroad is a fantastic decision. It was a fantastic decision for me because the thinking process which I am having right now was not there before when I did my undergraduate. Because in US, the professors and the team members are always pushing you to do more. Okay, that means if you have a thinking process which has a boundary, they always tell you to think out of the boundary, or they always want you to push your boundary and think about it. That means they are always uh, telling us that if you want to do some creative, you have to think creative. If you have to if you want to if you want to create something big, you have to think different. That means for myself, my university professors, my classmate in different countries, people, other my teammate push me a lot to think about a real world problem. Okay, so that's the reason for me. Abroad education journey was a fantastic. I learned a lot. I developed my confidence. Now I can think my own. I can think by myself. I can take the decision by myself. I can manage my life by myself. I organize everything by myself. Okay, that means abroad education is an opportunity for the students who would like to study good, who would like to manage their life, and who also would like to settle down. Okay, so these are the opportunities I can say the abroad education aspirant having. Okay, now let's talk about the challenges. Any questions so far? Any question, guys? So far, so good. Are you guys are getting the informations which you are looking for, or I can share something else or something more about that? This is something you guys are looking for, or is there anything you would like to know more about the opportunities? Because I have shared, because I'm not talking about the opportunities like uh, there are lots of small things which is coming under the opportunities, but I am not talking about that. Okay, I talk about the things which I face, I experience, and I learn it. Okay. So let's talk about the challenges. Now, in challenges, I have decided into the two part. The challenges the student are facing right now in India if they are planning for abroad education, and the challenges student are facing after going to after going abroad. Okay. So now, what are the challenges that students are facing right now? The facing right now, that means in India, first challenge is to find the right university and to find right agent or education industries, right? Because right now it is the biggest challenge to find a good university by taking guidance of education industries, right? Because in the information world, lots of informations are available on Google, but as a student, we cannot validate it, right? How to validate that means whether this information is good or not. So that's the reason uh, topmost problem right now is the finding the right university and good education agency. Second thought, when I was planning for abroad educations, I was always thinking about what will be my outcome, whether I will get my visa or not. Because after doing the preparations of my competitive examinations, then language tests, and by doing the 8 or 9 month of journey, if I'm not getting the visa, that means my whole uh, hard work went into the trash, right? So that's also a biggest question, like visa documentations. Accommodation is also biggest problem, because when my parents were always worried, my parents was always worried about my accommodation, like when my kid is going abroad, where he going to stay, like what will be the accommodations, like what are the day-to-day routine, whether my kid will get food or not, whether they will get the groceries or not, is there any grocery store nearby, is there any Walmart nearby. So these are the challenges students are facing right now when they are in India. Okay. And the biggest challenge, I think, most of the Indian middle class people are facing is financial challenges. Like, what do you mean by financial challenges? That means studying abroad is a very, very costly. If you talk about US, if you do a undergrad, you at least need 80 lakhs to 90 lakhs for 4 years. If you want to study in US as a graduate student for doing masters, you need 50 lakhs, 50. Now, if you want to study in Canada, you need 20 lakhs. If you want to study in UK, you need 20 lakhs. If you want to study in Australia, you need 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs. It's a whole course fee, right? It's a biggest challenge for the Indian students about the financial challenges. Like, what kind of financial challenges student having? Okay, the financial challenges I faced during my journey. First thing is whether I'm going to manage the fund or not, because I have to pay my fees in dollars or in different currency. That means financial challenges are there in always being in student mind, because we have to check whether if I am spending 50 lakh rupees, whether I will recover it or not, right? So these are the basic challenges that students are facing right now in India. And what are the challenges students are facing when they are traveling abroad, and when they started uh, uh, taking journey for education. Okay, if we talk about myself, the challenges which I face is first thing about like homesickness, because like I'm a very social person. So when I been to US, social connection was very, very less, because uh, over in abroad people are not so social. They are social on weekends, they do a party, they go to see each other on the weekends, but not on the normal days, like on the weekdays. This is the biggest challenges as a social person I face. Also, I also face a language barrier, because I was coming from the Gujarati medium background during my 12th and undergrad, and then suddenly uh, I traveled to USA, and language difficulties are a huge difficulties for me, because the US accent, US the US speech is very different. Even I am facing right now. Okay, the accent, US accent is very different, and also in USA accent are very, like, if you go to New York, they have a different accent. If you go to the Texas, you have a different accent. If you go to the California, they have a different accent. So that's the reason, like, language barrier is huge. But if you are from if you are from English medium background, you might feel less difficulty, but difficulty will be there for sure, because my friends who are from different English medium background, they are also facing the difficulty in understanding the words. Okay. Now that's the language barrier. Accommodation is the biggest issue over there, because to finding accommodation. Also, what I face is that if you travel abroad, first thing, make sure that you must have a good friends or good roommate. Okay, because roommate is the key of success, I can say. Because if you go home each and every day, and if your roommate are really good and helpful, then that means that your confidence level is very high. Because I seen that when I'm going home sometime tired, my friends making food for me. Okay, and they are taking care of me, which is giving me a very good positive vibes and the confidence. Okay, and I definitely and because of that reason, I secured a grade in the different subject. Okay, but that means finding a good accommodation is the key challenges. And if you guys are planning for abroad educations, I request you to make sure you have a good roommate. If you don't have a good roommate, then I think it's going to be a big trouble. Okay, homesickness, learning difficulties. Yes, I have seen, even I personally experienced that the learning difficulties are there when you travel abroad. What is the learning difficulties? First, learning difficulty, that means they are in USA, they are having question and answers. That means they are doing MCQ, multiple choice question and answer in examinations. Okay, that means you don't have to. In India, we have to write paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. But when we study abroad, they have the multiple choice question. That's the biggest issue. That means when the multiple choice questions, there will be a correct yes or no. That means right or wrong. But in India, when we write theoretical, we know that we get some marks. But in abroad, it's not a concept. Okay, so learning difficulties are there. Also, in learning difficulties, they always approach case studies. They always use different materials from the companies. They are also they do projects like over here. When I did my bachelor, I never did a project. It was a project, but like it's like making some stuff and presenting it's a project. But over there, we have to innovate something. We have to show them this is the something we have done, which no one did it. That means learning difficulties are there. Students from India are facing difficulties because in India, sometimes what happens in the computer science students, we are seeing right now, computer science students are facing difficulty because they have to run the high level of what you can say programming. Okay, so sometimes they are not doing that. They are not programming. They are not unable to clear the programming. Okay, exams. So that's the biggest challenges I can say when you study abroad. So far, so good, guys. Any questions? Any question, guys? Okay, let me have some water. Just a minute. Okay, that means cultural shock, learning difficulties are there. Also, accommodation is the biggest issue over there. Also, medical is a very costly when you travel abroad, because in India, like if you have any flu or anything, you can go to see doctor. They will prescribe you the medicine. You can take it and then you are good to go. But over there, they will go deep dive in your medical history. They will not give you any medicines or any antibiotic without proper investigations. Okay, so what so that's the reason medical issues and challenges will be there. And I think I have 1 more minute right now, and then after we will go for Q&A. Climate issues are already there, because if you have some issues, then if you have some cold issue, or if you have some hot issue, that means like if you cannot suffer for with the cold, then uh, that's also biggest challenges. Because if you talk about challenges, list are very high, because each and every day there is a new challenges, but I can say there is no challenges, there are the opportunities. So we have a huge opportunities. If you work hard, then definitely you will achieve it. Okay. Making a new friends is also biggest difficulty. Also, to learn a new subject is also very is difficult, because when I studied over there, I got a subject is called the leadership. Okay, it's a part of MBA, but I never did a leadership, right? So that's the reason, like you will have a different type of subject when you are going abroad. And it's also opportunity, because by learning the leadership course, it helped me a lot to speak in front of the different lots of people, right? That means challenges are there, but you can overcome by having looking at the opportunities. Food problem will be there, because you are in the different country. That means if you are vegetarian, non-vegetarian, you will be. If you are vegetarian, like I am a vegetarian, so I got a less options over there. The food difficulty will be there. Struggling with the new lifestyle, because abroad education, they have a different lifestyle. India, they have a different lifestyle. Okay. Psychological factor, yes, depression. Lots of students been to the depression because of the homesickness. So these are the challenges students are facing. I think I have shared my experience, but for me, my experience is studying abroad is fantastic. I learned a lot. It was a great time for me, and I gained a lots and lots of skills, lots and lots of skills. I got it. So if you have any questions, so I'm just opening up the session for you people. You can ask me any questions. Okay. Is it fine, guys? Now you can ask me any question if you have. Any question, guys? Uh, yeah. So thanks, Institute of Engineering Research and Publication, to giving me this opportunity to present presentations or a topic about challenges and opportunities and abroad educations. I have shared my experience, and if you guys have any questions regarding that, please do contact us. And if you have any questions, please contact your team, and they will get back to me, and I love to answer that. Okay. Any feedback, guys? Like, just share few feedback. If you have any question, do let me know. Any questions? Can we have a closing notes, or anyone do a closing notes, or I can?
Yeah, so we can end up the session.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much, and thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. So, as we come to the end of our event, I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to all of you for joining today. I would like to start by thanking our distinguished expert, Mr. Darshan Shah, for taking the time to share his expertise and insight with us. Your presentation was engaging, informative, uh, and throughout provoking, and we will learn a good deal from your experience and knowledge, sir. So before we wind up, I would like to announce our upcoming event. So IFERP organizing a master class for the data analytics on April 1st. So it was a master course. So students, you can join the course and you will get the certificate also. And we are organizing the advanced data analytics course on 4th May 2023 to 20th July 2023. So it was a live session. So we are organizing a conference, 4th International Conference on Latest Trends in Engineering and Management, 23rd and 24th March 2023. And 3rd International Conference on Engineering, Social Science and Humanities. So we are organizing it on 30th to 31st March 2023 in Manila, Philippines. 3rd International Conference on Management, Engineering and Social Science, 6th and 7th April 2023, Delhi, India. And we are organizing 4th International Conference on Multidisciplinary and Current Events Research on 11th to 12th April 2023, Bangkok, Thailand. I would also like to thank you all the participants who attended our event today. Your active participation and engagement throughout the session made the event more enjoyable and valuable. Your questions, comments, and insights have added depth and breadth to the discussion and have helped us to learn and grow. So finally, we would like to hear your feedback. Your input is valuable to us and it will be helpful to us to improve our further webinars. We will be distributing feedback forms to your email. So please take a few moments to fill them out and certificates of the participation will be distributed to your membership dashboard. Kindly log into your account and download the certificate yourself. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.